Hey, what's up, YouTube? So we're going to talk about Mercenary Helga real quick. We're over here on Epic 7X because she's not in the game yet. I can't talk about her in the game, so we're going to do it over here. So shout out to the guys over at Epic 7X for doing all that they do. Go check it out. I'll leave a link to this in the description of the video so you can come look at it yourself. So, Mercenary Helga, let's just go down and admire her real quick. This adorable little Viking waifu, right? I didn't know she had elf ears. But yeah, I definitely dig it. So, going up here. These are her abilities. Her S3, she gets an effectiveness buff on top of the attack buff. And with, I believe it's like 10% chance or something like that. I know, she gets a chance for it to go to 3 turns. Where's it at? 10% chance to do a 3-turn attack buff. Which is pretty cool. I honestly don't know where you would want to use her, though. Like, she has a speed imprint, which is fantastic. I'm thinking maybe, like, she might have some use in RTA, depending on, like, how you can build her, how bulky you can build her. Because you can effectively build her full damage, and she gives herself enough effectiveness to land defense breaks, which is a good thing. She also gives bonus effectiveness to your units in RTA that provoke, that stun, all that shit, all your support units. Just gives, like if I were to pair Helga with my Fallen Cecilia, she would have like 130 effectiveness. Like, she's going to provoke every healer she feels like provoking, which is fantastic. So I think when it comes down to RTA, the fact that she has a speed imprint, she brings defense breaks. It's really going to depend on what her base stats look like after she's completely molded or completely skill treed out and stuff. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Again, she's a 3-star, so you can max her out for free. So she's a free unit, basically. So building her is good. Here, on her S2, this has a 2-turn cooldown, which is pretty solid, actually. Pretty solid. And it extends her buffs when she crits. So, like, this, like, in my head, like, there's some pretty powerful buffs in the game, like Invincible and Immortal. And she can extend those for a turn. In a situation in RTA where, like, Battle Frenzy's starting to stack up, and I think she has potential. Like, I'm not saying she's OP, but I think if built correctly, with the right team, with the right synergy, she could put in some work in RTA as a bruiser, as a green bruiser. Similar to Charles. Not similar to Charles as in she's going to correct everyone's posture, but she'll definitely be annoying to deal with if you have something that can put some good buffs on her. Like, even potentially, like, stuff off Rin, man. Like, evasion buffs and anti-crit. You can give her crit damage buff. Like, pairing her with Rin is like a meme that might come into fruition somewhere. Pairing her with Deanne. Pairing her, like, I wonder if this, no, I doubt it'll double the stack of Skill Nullify. Skill Nullify is just there. It doesn't have a duration. So, that wouldn't work like that with FCC, but just extending any buff period is just a really strong mechanic, especially when it's on a 2-turn cooldown. That's pretty sick. And it's coupled with a defense break, which is nice. So what's she doing whenever she's not using these 2 abilities? She's defense breaking with the other one. I believe this goes up to 50, which is pretty good. The mod's not bad. This is a 1.5 mod. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all, actually. So, might see some good damage out of this. We just got to see what her base stats look like after she's done, right? And then when you soul burn this, it extends the buff by an extra turn. So, that's not too useful, but that's nice. So, she's basically just a green bruiser that brings a defense break, that brings a speed imprint, that brings effectiveness and an attack buff, which attack buff is very strong. Pairing her with units that like an AoE like SSB Arbiter Vildred that benefit from the speed imprint and etc. Like, I think she's decent. I think she's definitely worth building for sure. And then coming down to here, like she gains another 20% health. Wow, she gets free effectiveness too. And she also gives 5 to all allies. So there's 30 for her. 30 free effectiveness. And then when she buffs, she's got 80 free effectiveness on a defense breaker. That's not bad. I definitely think she's worth the build. If you got nothing else you're working on, give her a build. Has a 100% chance to increase crit chance of the caster for 1 turn when the caster is at max health at the start of her turn. So say she's not your only attack buffer, right? Say you have another unit that buffs attack on your team, or you have some barriers or something in RTA situation. Like, getting a free crit is pretty nice. I don't think that's going to impact too much because you're going to be getting hit by something if she's your solo DPS and you're using her in an RTA situation. And Guild War, I think this is a very potent ability to like really stack some crit damage on her. I think she can hit pretty hard. Especially if you can actually get her to hit her own defense break. So, that's nice. Another 15% attack. Not bad. It's interesting. You could pair her with some units to keep her at 100%. And like, she extends buffs. So, give her invincible. Extend the invincible. She's still invincible. She's still at 100% health. So you might be able to avoid building crit on her, like, completely. If you can pair her with units to keep her topped off with really good support. And she can hit fucking hard. The multiplier's not bad at 1.5. I mean, it's not the, you know, it's not Assassin Coley or nothing, but that hits pretty hard on a defense break. And then, like I said earlier, giving all of your annoying units with crowd control S1s that are going to be on your team protecting her more effectiveness, it's pretty solid. So she's definitely worth the build. I think she's not busted by any means, but I think she's good. You just have to like see her with some good gear and some practical use. So if you guys are wanting a showcase from me, drop a like on the video. If the video does really well, I'll build her and showcase her wherever I can. Show me that you guys want to see that, and I'll do it. Because building her doesn't really do anything for me right now. So, ask and you shall receive through the like button. That's going to be it for that. Let's take a look at all of her abilities real quick. This is a really good animation, and her axe looks sick, actually. Why was he using her with a hazel? Does he even show her other abilities? There it goes. It's nothing special. But literally a permanent defense breaker. So, I think she's interesting. And keep in mind, guys, Uber's Tooth. Uber's Tooth is getting buffed. So you can build her with literally 0 crit. Keep this in mind, 0 crit on Uber's Tooth. So that you're going to do a lot of damage regardless of whether you crit or not. So even if you don't get that passive buff, you could still do a lot of damage with that extra hit. So keep that in mind. Maybe I will build her just with that in mind. So yeah, like I said, drop a like on the video if you want me to build her and do a showcase. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know if there's any other videos you want to see in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Fuck.